The morning of July 24, 2025 began like any other in the villages near the Prevail temple. The air was thick with the promise of monsoon rain, farmers tended their fields, children played on dusty roads. But the peace was a fragile illusion, shattered in an instant. Suddenly the sky itself seemed to tear open. Explosions rocked the earth, sending plumes of black smoke billowing into the heavens. It was not thunder, it was the unmistakable sound of artillery, a brutal symphony of destruction. Thai soldiers, without warning or provocation, had begun a relentless bombardment of Cambodian territory, their shells carving craters into the ancient land and into the lives of the people who call it home. The attack was swift and merciless. Under the cover of this deafening barrage, Thai infantry units surged across the border. They were not defending their nation, they were invading another. Cambodian border posts, manned by soldiers expecting a day of quiet vigilance, were suddenly engulfed in a firestorm. The assault was a clear violation of Cambodian sovereignty, a coordinated act of aggression designed to overwhelm and terrorize. For the Cambodian soldiers on the front lines, it was a moment of shock and chaos, a desperate scramble to defend their homeland against an enemy that had, just moments before, been a neighbor. Their duty was clear, to stand their ground, to protect their people, no matter the cost. For the civilians caught in the crossfire, it was a scene of pure horror. The world dissolved into screams and confusion. Families, clutching their children and whatever meager possessions they could grab, ran for their lives. Homes they had built with their own hands were reduced to rubble and ash. One local farmer, a man named Sorn Chan, later described the moment the first shell hit his village. There was no warning, he said, his voice trembling with the memory. The ground shook. My wife grabbed our daughter and we just ran. We did not look back. We could hear the explosions getting closer. They were hunting us. This was not a battle between two armies, it was an assault on innocent people. The Cambodian military, though caught by surprise, mounted a courageous defense. Their resistance was fierce, born from a deep love for their country, and a solemn duty to protect its borders. They returned fire, not to escalate, but to survive, to push back the invading force and shield their fleeing countrymen. The lush green hills around the temple became a battlefield, scarred by the brutal machinery of modern warfare. The air, once filled with the scent of rain and earth, now stank of gunpowder and fear. The peace was gone, replaced by the grim reality of a war that Cambodia did not start, but was now forced to fight. The question on everyone's lips was simple: why? As the first shots echoed across the border, another war was already being waged, a war of information. Before the smoke had even cleared, Thailand's government launched a sophisticated media campaign. Its objective was to control the narrative, to paint Cambodia as the aggressor. High-ranking Thai officials held press conferences, their faces grim and resolute, as they fed a carefully crafted story to the world. They claimed their military was merely responding to an unprovoked Cambodian attack. It was a bold and calculated lie, designed to seize the high ground of international opinion before the truth could find its voice. The first casualty of this war, as is so often the case, was the truth. International news outlets, hungry for a clear and simple story, quickly amplified Thailand's claims. Headlines flashed across television screens and websites around the globe. Cambodia sparks border clash, one major network reported. Thai forces respond to Cambodian aggression, read another. These reports, quoting Thai military sources almost exclusively, created a powerful and deeply misleading picture of events. The world was told that Thailand was the victim, acting in self-defense. The complex history, the recent political turmoil in Thailand, and the eyewitness accounts of Cambodians were all lost in the rush to publish the official Thai government line. This disinformation campaign had a devastating impact. It isolated Cambodia on the world stage, making its pleas for help and its efforts to set the record straight seem like hollow propaganda. While Cambodian villages burned, the world was being told that Cambodia itself had lit the match. The Thai strategy was brutally effective. Attack first with weapons, then attack again with words. This second assault was, in many ways, more insidious. It sought to strip Cambodia not only of its land but also of its credibility, its dignity, and its right to be seen as the victim of a blatant act of aggression. For Cambodians, this manipulation of the truth was a profound betrayal. They watched as the world accepted the narrative of their attackers. They shoot at our homes, and then they tell everyone we shot at them, said a young woman who had fled her village. How is this fair? Who will listen to us? The Cambodian government issued statements, presented evidence, and called for international observers, but its voice was drowned out by the well-oiled Thai public relations machine. The battle for Cambodia's survival was now being fought on two fronts, one of mud and blood on the border, and another of pixels and headlines across the globe. This conflict did not erupt from a vacuum. It is a bitter chapter in a long and painful history, rooted in the soil surrounding the magnificent Prevail temple. Perched atop a sheer cliff in the Dengrek Mountains, this 1,000-year-old Hindu temple is a masterpiece of Khmer architecture and a symbol of Cambodia's national soul. It is a sacred place of worship and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to the glory of the ancient Khmer Empire. For Cambodians, Preah Vihear is more than just a collection of stones. It is a profound link to their ancestors, a source of immense cultural pride, and a non-negotiable part of their sovereign territory. The dispute over the temple and the surrounding land has festered for over a century, a painful legacy of colonial-era mapmaking. In 1962, the International Court of Justice in The Hague ruled decisively, awarding sovereignty over the temple to Cambodia. Thailand, however, has never fully accepted the verdict, continuing to contest the border demarcation around the sacred site. This simmering resentment has boiled over into violence before, most notably in deadly clashes in 2011. The International Court of Justice reaffirmed its ruling in 2013, yet the core of the dispute remains unresolved in the eyes of Thai nationalists, a wound that refuses to heal. The recent political climate in Thailand has only added fuel to this fire. Just weeks before the attack on July 2, 2025, Thailand's prime minister was suspended amid a political scandal involving a leaked phone call with a top Cambodian official. Critics in Thailand accused her of being too soft on Cambodia, of betraying Thai interests. This internal political pressure created a fertile environment for nationalist fervor, where a show of military force against Cambodia could be seen as a way to rally domestic support and project an image of strength. The soldiers who crossed the border on July 24th may have been driven by more than just territorial claims. They may have been pawns in a dangerous political game. For the people living in the shadow of the temple, this history is not an abstract legal debate. It is a lived reality of fear and uncertainty. They have endured decades of tension, knowing that their peaceful lives could be shattered at any moment by political winds blowing from Bangkok. They know the maps, they know the court rulings, but most of all, they know that this land is their home. It is the land where their grandparents are buried, and where they hope their children will grow up in peace. The latest attack is a brutal reminder that for them, the long shadow of history is ever present and ever threatening. In the face of this overwhelming assault, the spirit of the Cambodian people has not been broken. It has been forged in the fires of resilience. From the front lines to the villages, a powerful sense of unity has emerged. Soldiers fight with unwavering bravery, not for conquest, but for the simple, profound right to exist on their own land. Civilians, though displaced and grieving, help one another, sharing what little they have left. Their stories, raw and unfiltered, are a powerful counter-narrative to the official lies being broadcast to the world. They are the living proof of Thailand's aggression, and their voices must be heard. The international community now stands at a critical crossroads. It can continue to accept the sanitized version of events presented by a powerful aggressor, or it can look deeper, listen to the victims, and demand accountability. Justice for Cambodia means more than just a cessation of hostilities. It means a full and impartial investigation into the events of July 24th. It means acknowledging that Thailand's attack was a premeditated violation of international law. It means rejecting the disinformation and holding those responsible for both the violence and the lies to account. Anything less would be a betrayal of the very principles the global order claims to uphold. We cannot allow the truth to be another casualty of this conflict. This is a call to journalists, to diplomats, to every person who believes in fairness and international law. We must look beyond the easy headlines and question the official narratives. We must amplify the voices of the Cambodian people who witnessed the attack firsthand. Their testimony is the most powerful weapon against the campaign of lies. The world must see the faces of the families torn apart, the homes destroyed, and the courage of a nation defending itself against a larger neighbor. This is not a dispute between equals. It is a clear case of aggression. The path forward must be paved with truth. Cambodia does not ask for pity, it asks for justice. It demands that its sovereignty be respected and that its people be allowed to live in peace. The bombs may have stopped for now, but the fight for the truth has just begun. The world is watching. We have a moral obligation to ensure that history records what truly happened on that tragic day. Not the version written by the aggressors, but the one etched in the hearts and minds of the Cambodian people. Let us listen to their cry and stand with them in their quest for justice. The truth must prevail.